Hello and welcome back to Retro Breeze. It's time to get Capcom's amazing Capcom Play System arcade games working on your Miyoo Mini. We're covering CPS1, CPS2, and yes, even CPS3 in this video. I've had a few requests for this and I've done some extensive testing. I can tell you right now that every CPS3 game, including Street Fighter Third Strike and Red Earth, work perfectly on the Miyoo Mini. Actually, across all three systems, I have yet to find a game that didn't run perfectly. Even something like Marvel Superheroes, which just wouldn't work for me on MAME at all, are just stunningly great on the CPS cores. There's also some CPS exclusives, like this absolutely killer game, Capcom Sports Club. I am absolutely hooked on this game. When you score a point and all the people jump around, it just cracks me up every time. Before I get started, I'd really like to say a huge thank you to everyone for over 600, actually nearly 700 now, subscribers. It really means a lot to me that you enjoy my content and that it has been helpful to you. And yes, I have videos detailing the Neo Geo and MS-DOS setups, which are coming very soon. If you're not subscribed, please do so that you don't miss out. I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, first we need to talk games. Since the cores used for the CPS systems are essentially just specialized versions of the Final Burn Alpha emulator, you have a few options for sourcing your games. You could do an internet search for Capcom CPS1, CPS2 or CPS3 collections, which should be pretty easy to find. This is my recommendation because it saves you the trouble of organizing your games. Typically you can find archival websites with all the CPS games in a simple archive. Alternatively, you could find a full reference ROM set for Final Burn Alpha. I've used a collection for version 0.2.97.39 with great success. For more information about ROM sets, check out my MAME arcade video. If you do find a Final Burn Alpha reference ROM set, you'll want to compare the games in the list with the Wikipedia games for each system shown here, and just copy over the CPS games that you see. The games will typically come in a collection of .zip files like this one for CPS3. Once you have some games, you can easily get them up and running with minimal configuration. On your Miyoo Mini, go into the Onion installer and enable all three systems, Capcom Play System 1, 2, and 3. Press start to return to the app list, then shut down your Mini. Insert the SD card into your computer and browse to the ROMs folder. Inside, you'll find the folders for CPS1, CPS2, and CPS3. If for some reason the folders aren't there, just make new folders with those names. Now drag and drop your games into the folders, making sure you choose the right folder for each collection. Reinsert your SD card, power on the Mini, and refresh your ROMs with the function then refresh ROMs button. And that's really all there is to it. You can now select your game. Note that they can take a minute or so to load. And here's Red Earth, running perfectly and looking absolutely stunning on the Miyoo Mini's little screen. The controls vary per game, but in Red Earth it's as follows. Y is button 1, X is 2, L2 is 3, B is 4, A is 5, and R2 is 6. I thought this was kind of weird and awkward at first, but then I realized that the layout is kind of vertical, like the two rows of buttons on an arcade stick. It made more sense when I thought about it like that. Hopefully this visual helps you understand. This layout applies to most 6-button games. A really useful tip if you're having trouble working out your controls is to bring up the RetroArch menu by pressing Function and Select, then go to Options and enable Diagnostic Input. Mine is set to hold Select right now. Back in the game, I hold the Select button and it brings up the diagnostic menu. I select Input and then we can press different controls to see what's what. I usually then look up a button guide for the game online and compare. Bear in mind that this will reset the game when you exit. Some CPS games will use the power button or the function button to enter the diagnostic mode instead. If you find yourself unable to quit a game because of this, just press the function and select button to bring up the menu, press B to go to the main menu, and then select Quit RetroArch. And that about covers it. Capcom Play System arcade games running beautifully on the Miyoo Mini. I've had a real blast playing these arcade games. I really didn't play that much arcade as a child, and I'm absolutely blown away by some of the pixel art. The kind of 60 frames a second pixel art in Street Fighter is really a sight to behold. Unfortunately, I am still absolutely awful at Street Fighter. This is just one of those games that no matter how hard I try, I can just never play it, so I guess I'll leave that there. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. Again, Neo Geo and MS-DOS are coming soon, and my AYN Odin should be in the post tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that as well. Have fun, and I will see you next time.